Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 22nd of March going through until Sunday the 28th of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to give you a rundown of what the planets are doing this week and how that's going to influence you, how you can work with the energy and make the most of it. What I've noticed is that it's a strong week in terms of the influence of Mercury. So it's a mercurial week in both senses of the word. Communication is going to be heightened. You're going to be able to make sense of things very clearly and easily, but also your moods may be somewhat up and down. And it may make no sense why suddenly things switch for you emotionally. So just be aware that things are going to move very quickly and they're going to be quite changeable this week. So starting with Monday the 22nd of March, we've got the moon in Cancer. Very happy in that placement because the moon rules Cancer. It's about the home, it's about making yourself comfortable and taking care of those you love. It squares Chiron in Aries, so there's friction between your desire to take care of other people and to help and heal yourself. It trines Mercury in Pisces, so you'll have an appreciation for the unmanifest, for the creative, spiritual, loving side of life. And your focus is strongly on your feelings and what's going on internally as well as externally. Neptune in Pisces also trines the Cancer moon, so we've got lots of powerful water energy, and water in astrology is a feminine element that rules love and spirituality and the intuition and creativity, all of those internal processes of creation and design. So the moon is in Cancer, happy, rules that sign. Neptune rules Pisces, so that's also very, very happily placed. And we've got all this watery energy. Really, I would say the focus is 70% on the unmanifest and creativity and spirituality, and 30% is really on what you can touch and feel. The Cancer moon sextiles Uranus and Taurus. That brings some earth into the chart today. Taurus is an earth sign. It's about taking charge of your circumstances and adjusting them to suit your needs. So that's aligned with Chiron in Aries. So me or them, my desires or the family. And the Cancer moon also quincunxes the two outer planets, Saturn and Jupiter, in the sign of the humanitarian, Aquarius. So Saturn is very much about the rules and making sure you follow the rules, and Jupiter gives you this sense that good luck will come from other people and from being good, following the rules, aligning myself with other people. So that kind of indicates the way the battle is going to go. And the battle itself, me or them, that is very irritating to some people in itself, so that may make you feel a little bit ill at ease. So altogether, these influences mean that you'll want to please other people around you. You'll want to get other people's approval, and you can take it to the extreme and go into people-pleasing mode. So if you struggle with codependency or doing that, then just be aware of Monday, because people-pleasing on Monday is going to work against you. You see the best in those around you, and you may want to be part of a community, but unfortunately with the way things are set up, it seems quite sinister, because you're not just becoming part of the community, you're kind of abandoning your own beliefs and hopes and values, and you're just becoming one of the herd. Okay? So you're easily indoctrinated on Monday in that sense. If you're not susceptible to other people's influence, you'll be a little bit more susceptible. If you're really influenced easily, really be careful what you expose yourself to, because you're going to take these things on board and really find it quite easy to find sense in anything. So make sure you have your boundaries in place, your beliefs, your values, what you stand for, and what you're not going to compromise on. And make sure you have that firmly in your mind before you step out the door on Monday. And also realize that there is no quick fix and fix-all solution to all of your life problems. And if there is any group or person who suggests that to you, if you join us, all of your problems will just go poof away. Then that's a big red flag in itself. Nothing fixes absolutely everything, and anyone who is kind of making that promise isn't being 100% truthful, because it's not possible, even if they mean well, which on Monday, I don't think it's so much about meaning well, it's more about getting people on your team and getting a sense of control. So on Monday, you know, the people who influence others and who kind of enjoy exerting their influence, they're going to be hard at work on Monday. I would imagine that most people who watch my channel aren't really into that very much, controlling other people and being Machiavellian in your thinking and manipulative. So I think most of us watching this channel are people who try and figure out how to live our lives by aligning ourselves with the energies and listening to our feelings and being authentic. So I would say be more aware of other people outside of you trying to control you and trying to get you to do things that you don't want to do, and really listen for that, watch for it. Because once someone gets you to do something you don't want to do, you can't take it back. And then it's like, how did I get myself in that situation? Then the self-blame starts, and it's much easier to avoid and to prevent than to resolve afterwards. On Tuesday, the 23rd of March, the moon moves into Leo. So now we've got a big shift. Leo is fire. It's about the self, it's about having fun, and it's about the identity. It's ruled by the sun, remember? The sun is the center of our solar system. It's what's responsible for warmth and life. And Leo rules, the sun rules Leo. And with the moon going into Leo, it really lightens things up quite significantly. The Leo moon then trines Venus in Aries, more fire. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's about spring, and Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity. So the creative fires are burning brightly, and you really feel motivated to express and to do things on your own. And the Leo moon also trines the sun in Aries. So we've got fire, 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 where on Monday we had water, water, water. So things really shift from Monday to Tuesday, and that's the first big mood swing. It's like, oh, okay, everything's changing. I'm gonna have to change with it. That may not feel 100% comfortable, but just realize that the shift from Monday to Tuesday is a positive shift. You're going into an energy that's much easier and far less complicated. Mercury is still in Pisces, and it squares Mars in Gemini on Tuesday. I really like that because Mercury in Pisces is so ethereal and very, it has its feelers out and the antennas are working overtime to get all these messages. Mars in Gemini, I asked this last time in a video I did a few weeks ago. Mars in Gemini came up and I was like, who would be a good person to identify with Mars in Gemini? A lot of people in the comments said Oprah Winfrey, and I really like that actually because it's about articulating yourself effectively, but also being quite willful and steering the conversation and the dialogue in a certain direction. That ability, coupled with the creative limitlessness of Mercury in Pisces, really allows you to express stuff in a way that is exactly the way you want it to be expressed. Sometimes when you're writing a story or you're drawing something, you see it one way in your mind's eye, and then when it gets on the paper, it's like, oh, that's totally different. That's not going to be a problem on Tuesday. What you feel and think, you're going to be able to express 100% effectively. So on Tuesday, the energy does really reverse, and now it's about finding some recognition for yourself. It's kind of like you overdid it on Monday with all the kowtowing and people pleasing, and you're tired of that on Tuesday, and you just want some applause and recognition now. So totally the other way around. Therefore, it is a good day for speakers, writers, and public figures, anyone who needs to be in the limelight, really. If you do work with the public, it's a great day to put yourself out there into the spotlight and to present yourself, your ideology, or your product. Applications are good too for jobs or sending off your manuscript. Anything that firmly gets the attention on you for a particular reason. Really good. Wednesday, the 24th of March, still got the moon in Leo. So I really like that this week, but especially with all the other energy. It's kind of like a bouncing little thing in a field. It's really upbeat and carefree, and do you know what? You may do all this stuff, but I'm having a good time right here. Thank you very much. It's very self-contained and content. So Wednesday the 24th, we've got that energy with the Leo moon. It then opposes Saturn in Aquarius. So poor little me against the cruel, big world full of rules. So now we've got an opposition, and you're valuing the self and the fun and innocence of the self, and the other people and the world may seem somewhat imposing. The Leo moon also squares Uranus and Taurus, so change is welcome, and it trines the Sun and Chiron in Aries. So you may feel a little bit stuck because the only way forward is to do something for yourself, and that may be at odds with what's going on in your life. The Leo moon also sextiles Mars and Gemini, so still wonderful for creativity and expressing yourself, and it quincunxes Mercury in Pisces. So it shifts a little bit, but the Leo moon gives you an added sense of importance and fun and validation of your truth, and that it is important and right to express that truth. A lot of people don't want to express themselves because they worry about the opinions of other people, or they feel, well, my stuff isn't that good anyway, so I might as well not share it, and therefore avoid the ridicule. And with those kind of thoughts, you're really jumping the gun a bit, because you don't know what the response is going to be. And you're really preventing yourself from doing something that you potentially could be very good at, but the fear of others and their opinions can become really problematic for you. Yeah. So ultimately, it's important to look at your take on things, to have fun with it, and to express that, and not to look to others for approval. And that's a shift again, because now we've got other people coming in. It feels much more like Monday, and it's this push and pull between the self and others. And that's what I feel creates some of the moodiness. I think an easy way to resolve this, ultimately, because the effectiveness of this energy lies in the area of the self. So if you kind of look at the week and say, I'm going to try and maintain a sense of self and at least devote a few hours a day to me, then you're avoiding a lot of these problems, because you're naturally sticking with your guns. You're just making a decision not to give all your power away. So with this, on Wednesday, there's a division between you, the self, and the rest of the world, and it may feel like you've been excluded. You may also feel overlooked and unappreciated, and we all know how those feelings end up. I mean, it just gets worse. They don't appreciate me. Why could that be? And then you just spiral down and down and down until you're really upset at the end of it. So don't feed into that, and don't try and figure out other people and why they're calling you or not calling you, or paying you attention or not paying you attention. It could make your temper flare. And also, if you're getting into it with people, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me back? I text you. You know, that may also get other people a little bit frustrated. And if you feel like complaining and like it's justified that other people need to hear why you're not happy, they're going to feel unjustified. I can't speak English today. Then if you say, you know, why didn't you call me back? Then other people are going to feel justified in saying, well, because I didn't want to, because you sent me 35 texts in the last 48 hours and I've had enough. It's much easier to be present in the moment and to focus on the creative process and what it is you're doing on this day, rather than to draw up some joint plan for cohesion or unity, or trying to get other people to understand you, or having some unified vision. That is much harder than just working on things yourself. So really save yourself a lot of trouble on Wednesday and get creative. Thursday, the 25th of March, we've got the moon in Leo. So we've got 3 really nice solid moon in Leo days here. So that's that inner flame giving you confidence. So you'll have that in the middle of the week. It opposes Jupiter in Aquarius. That's nice because air feeds fire. And it's like, I know I'm lucky, so whatever I do is going to end up great. So you really, really feel it on Thursday. It quincunxes Neptune in Pisces, so anything is possible. And Pluto in Capricorn. It's really possible to make real life changes on this day now. In an hour, in 10 minutes. So you feel very practical, grounded, and decisive. The Sun is in Aries, and it conjuncts Venus in Aries. So you're really creative. You're also interested in new relationships, in love and romance. Relationships that are positive and that speak to you as a person. I don't think you're going to be as interested in your colleagues or people who kind of prescribe the rules to you. I don't think that's going to be such an area of interest. In fact, with those kind of relationships, I think you could even throw your hands up and say, do you know what? I am really over trying to get people to understand what I'm trying to do here. I don't want to waste my breath anymore. I just want to get on with it. No one seems to gel with me today. So you may feel fed up and misunderstood. So it's similar to Wednesday in that sense, that you don't feel like you're being appreciated. Again, the total opposite to Monday. And you might find it difficult to navigate all these changes in mood and energy. So really watch your temper on Thursday. If you're irritable, do something that calms you down, that you know works for you. Also, be patient with other people. If you want to make changes and create, you can do that for yourself most effectively as you're in control of your life. But if you find your own critical eye kind of wandering off and it starts judging other people, that's misdirected, and stop, because it's not going to end well for you. Other people are just going to attack back, or they're very likely to feel attacked in the first place rather than, oh, thank you for the constructive criticism, and they may then immediately launch into attacking you. So avoid it. Friday the 26th of March, we've got the moon entering Virgo. I'm a Virgo, so I always feel very comfortable when the moon enters Virgo. It's kind of, it's that vibe when you've lost one of your socks and you madly go looking for the other sock. That's Virgo. It's focused on order and doing your duty and being good, following the rules, being practical, making sense of things, and being reasonable, being reliable. It likes all of that. Also, Virgo is very good at twisting things and making sense of things in its own unique, special way. So you may see things from your own slanted, biased perspective on Friday. The Virgo moon also squares Mars and Gemini. This is fab because Mercury, the communication planet, rules Virgo and Gemini, 2 signs, right? So Virgo is inward, give me the info, I want to listen and learn. And Gemini is about expressing. I want to write, I want to make you laugh. And we've got both sides of the coin. We've got female, the moon, which is, I don't know, I always see the moon as feminine because it's about the feelings and it's so adaptable and changeable. And Mars certainly I see as very, very butch and masculine, okay? And Mars is really about my passions and desires, what I wanted 5 minutes ago and what I'm not going to compromise on. And with you really feeling your feelings and being able to make sense of them with this Virgo moon, and the square with Mars and Gemini, you'll be able to articulate those in a very concise and clear way. When I was younger, I always found it so disappointing to give words to certain feelings I had. I remember I was devastated about something, and I realized if I want to express this feeling to someone, I'm going to have to use the word devastated. And then I said, hey, I'm devastated. And it just seemed like such a throwaway little word. And they're like, oh, okay, you're devastated. And I just thought this word does not do my feeling any justice. Words are just not big enough. They just can't. And that's what the Virgo moon and Mars and Gemini is really about, because it's going to be like, I feel this so strongly, I need to make it very, very clear, and I'm going to express each one of my feelings so that they actually match what I'm doing. So if you don't feel like you're expressing yourself accurately, that's going to be frustrating for you in itself on Friday. The Virgo moon also trines Uranus and Taurus, so you'll be able to see things in the outside world and you'll be able to analyze them and really see opportunities. So you may say, hey, this actually means that I can move. Or, okay, they've just left that job, so they must have an opening. They need to fill that. I could fill that. So you're really able to see things for yourself like that. It quincunxes the Sun, Venus, and Chiron in Aries. So self-will. It is my will to organize my life. The Sun in Aries conjunct Venus in Aries. And again, romantic relationships, fabulous. Starting new relations, fabulous. Really have this spring in your step and a lot of energy. And your brain is really working overtime. You have a crystal clear perspective on Friday. So you have this amazing understanding. The personal issues you face this week and what they mean and what you can do about them. You're able to make sense of things, you're able to learn, you're able to heal and grow from what has gone on this week. And Friday, you're like an emotional accountant, okay? You're really able to balance the books and you're able to see things very clearly. And that's growth if you choose to look at what's been going on. It's the one week where it's the one day in this week where we're really starting to achieve some balance. Yeah. You're concerned with your own well-being. And you can really help yourself grow emotionally. You're super articulate, like I said, and you can present your insights effectively. So if you write or sing, or whether you want to speak at a meeting or you want to write a guided meditation, it's really good to use your creative voice today. It'll come across really, really nicely and you'll be very satisfied with the outcome. On Saturday, the 27th of March, we've got the moon in Virgo still, giving you that grounded practicality. It opposes Mercury and Neptune in Pisces, and now there's a discrepancy between the practical and the spiritual, and you'll be less creative, or in either extreme. Either you're totally creative, but you're not so focused on actually getting it out on paper, or you're super focused on the details and all the practical possibilities, and spiritual potential seems irrelevant and you just want to work with what you've got in the here and now. So things kind of move apart on Saturday. The Virgo moon trines Pluto in Capricorn. I want to take practical action. I don't want all this fluff and nonsense. Let's just keep it real. That's the vibe. It just gets much narrower. And it quincunxes Jupiter in Aquarius. Other people could provide me with opportunities, and that is very much like Monday, and it kind of leads you down the people-pleasing path. Ultimately, Saturday is kind of like a day of rest that suspends the issues you've been facing and replaces them with some balance. Like Friday, Saturday, the days are much more balanced in terms of your mood. Relationships are less charged emotionally. You feel much more grounded and at ease. You're concerned about the details and practicalities in life. So it's a great day for a spring clean of your flat or your house, or doing a physical detox, or making any practical changes that you want to tweak. So maybe I'll start going to the gym again, start exercising, I will fix my car or wash it or whatever that may be. Keep it simple on Saturday. Finally, Sunday, the 28th of March, we've got the moon going into Libra, which is really about balance. The actual glyph of Libra are like scales. I always see it as a bridge with a bump in it. Libra is a cardinal sign. It's able to take charge. I really disagree that Libras are indecisive. I think Libras are considerate, but I think they're very decisive and very much able to lead a group and really maintain the what's accepted. I think Libra is very good at setting the tone of things, like spiritual guidance, spiritual leadership. With the moon in Libra, you feel less vulnerable to the opinions and rules of other people. There is a full moon in Libra on Sunday, the 28th of March. It happens at 7:48 in the evening. That's based on UK time. I'll make a separate video on this full moon because they're big events, and I'll just go into more detail. So I'll upload that in the next few days. Venus is in Aries and conjunct Chiron in Aries on Sunday. So the focus is on yourself as well. So you're not at risk of people pleasing on Sunday, I don't think. The Libra moon opposes the Sun, Chiron, and Venus in Aries. Okay, so we've got the Libra-Aries axis, which is about starting things, either for the self or opening it up to other people. So we've got that question again. The Libra moon trines Saturn and Aquarius. No, Aquarius is a sign, not a planet. So it trines Saturn in Aquarius and Mars in Gemini. Personal planet, Mars in Gemini, blah, blah, blah. Saturn in Aquarius, rules, rules, rules. Libra moon, how can I make this work for me? So because you're thinking like that and you're practical in terms of what's going on and what you could do with it, you really engage and you achieve a lot of balance on Sunday. Your plans may differ from the groups, or you may take some issue with something that's accepted in the mainstream as right. But rather than stand up to that and say, okay, you'll find it easy to compromise. So you're almost full circle when it comes to the extreme adaptability of Monday. You've got that back to some extent, but you have more choice and you aren't at risk of getting yourself into situations which really don't work for you, because innately you don't go as far in pleasing other people. You may please them to some extent, but there is that line in the sand where you'll be like, okay, enough, that's me out. It's a great day to have honest conversations about practical problems in order to resolve them, because you have that balance. Other people are more likely to have the balance, and if you want to resolve some issue, it's far less likely for people to have a meltdown or to derail the conversation through their feelings, but to actually look at reaching some unity and some harmony in your relationship. So if you do want to do that, like mediation, it's much better to leave it till the end of the week than to do it at the beginning of the week. Because if you do it at the beginning of the week, you just kind of roll over and just say, okay, whatever you want. Whereas at the end of the week, you fight for your rights as well. So I think this looks like a great week. It's not going to be boring. There's lots happening. There's lots of information, great opportunities to learn and to grow and to build new relationships. So it looks like a lot of fun. I hope this gives you something to go on for the coming week. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, you'll see a button that says book your reading. Just click on that to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology, and I combine all three. To draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. Once I've got that, I'll get a blueprint of your soul, really. That's what I call the chart. It's a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. And by analyzing that chart, I can see your life purpose, vocational aptitudes, personal development, money, communication, family, romance, health, travel, relationships. Any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing week ahead. Keep me posted on how you get on. Let us know in the comment section. Have a fabulous time, and I'll speak to you tomorrow for the daily tarot readings, which I do every day, and next week for the weekly horoscope. And check out the notifications. If you haven't subscribed, or if you have subscribed, make sure the little notification bell is on, because when I upload the full moon video, you'll be notified when that comes out over the next few days. Have a fabulous time, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best.